Good morning, your favorite rambling redhead here. How you doing today? It's been a little bit, and it's not morning. It's Sunday afternoon, and I just thought I'd hop on here and give you guys a little bit of update on everything that's going on in our lives. So, first off, I started a new job. I started this week, the week after Labor Day. So I had the whole Labor Day weekend off. I had that Monday and Tuesday off. It was great. And I got kind of bored during that Monday and Tuesday, so I did take a little bit of time during that. Got my brother-in-law's boat, and I spent some time just kind of going through it, addressing some issues that it had, and I actually took this thing out on the lake and had a great old time. It's, threw some carpet stuck on the side there when I put it all back in there, I guess. But yeah, she's an 83 Glastron bass boat, the 50 horsepower Evinrude. You can see I did not get the registration done. But yeah, so that was a fun little thing for me to do. Is I spent some time and I got it running, got it on the lake, does 30 miles an hour, floats just fine. It needs a live well pump, and that was it. So he is actually in the Navy and in South Korea for 6 months. So when he gets back, they're gonna come out here and visit. And I guess we'll probably take that home with him. You might notice I do have all both boats and both trailers, or 2 of the 3 trailers, I guess. The 4th one's over there next to Damien's house. Over here on this side, because I've noticed this grass does not grow very well on this east slope. So I figured I'll put all the trailers over here, and I don't have to mow under them, because they're always in the way when I'm mowing. So I have done all my mowing. And yeah, so it looks great out here. We do need to burn through all that. We had a huge burn ban this summer. We had a burn ban pretty much continuously for 4 months. So now it's all burnt up and nasty, or covered up and nasty. But hopefully as fall gets here, because it's fall now, we will be able to get that all burnt off. But yeah, I got everything mowed and weed eated and looking great out here. I love the way this place looks. So I did get our tractor. So the water pump is still leaking on the Big Blue tractor. But I only use it to do out there by the highway, because I took the time, got underneath the little red tractor I call the Gutless Wonder, sitting over there, my little Craftsman. It's right next to that red tractor that's still a piece of junk. But it's a little 20 horsepower 2000 Craftsman LT200, or 2000, 42-inch deck riding lawnmower. 6-speed transmission, whatever. Well, since we've moved out here, it has always been not great. Not a terrible lawnmower. It did it, but if the stuff was very tall, I had to cut every week. There was no getting around it. If it was moist, anything like that, it wasn't cutting it. It just bogged down. Well, I finally took some time and got in there and cleaned it out real good, greased everything up real good, and put a belt on it. And oh my gosh, it's like a brand new tractor. I could run through, I don't think I just cut it all. I could run through stuff up to my knee, maybe my hip, and it just rips right through it, full power. It's awesome, it's great. Unfortunately, I put a new belt on it, got it running, and then for whatever reason it was like, okay, well now is a good time for us to kill the battery. So now it's got a dead battery. I have to jump start it every time I want to mow, which is kind of inconvenient. And it's got a couple of little issues I'm going to get addressed over the winter, and because I dropped the deck, it's all out of whack, so I have to get in and level that out again. I'll probably make a video on that, because I don't know how to do it, so I'll figure somebody else won't know how to do it either. But we do. Oh, there's cars over there. Yeah, everything's mowed. So the garden, haven't really made a ton of progress on, and still haven't done that. But I did get this all cut up and let all the leaves and everything dry off of it. So that all that's laying on the ground there broke off of this tree. You can see right there where it was. Right there. So the crab apples on this tree just got so heavy. There's so many of them this year that it literally pulled the branch off the tree. Drop that down. So once it got dropped down, you know, I'm letting it dry out, I guess. I'm not really in a big rush to move it, because I don't have anywhere to move it to, except for that other pile of stuff that I just got to burn later anyway. I do have some more stuff that I had to cut earlier this year that's over here in the grass. So I guess probably this fall, when it starts to cool off again, we'll be burning a bunch of this stuff. I don't know. I don't like the look of having it all laying around. I don't like the look of the giant pile back there, but it is what it is for now. We did do some other little things. I had a tractor out here. We got that water line covered up, so that was our freeze point this winter. We had water freeze on us multiple times. It was freezing over there next to the shop in that trench, but we got that filled in. So then I've got all this. So you've got our old coop here. So that's the old coop that came from Texas with us, and we added that yard to it. Then we added this side yard to it, and chickens aren't in there anymore because the same couple that gave us this little coop that we were using gave us the big one because they are slimming down their flock. So the girls are in here. It is staked down as that is a permanent location for that. So I'm going to be building some grass boxes to put in there, which should be interesting. And the girls are getting huge. Let's see, they're big old girls now, aren't you? So this is interesting. So it's a waterer. Look down there at the bottom, there's a little red cup there. Maybe somebody will give us a demonstration here. What do you think, Kentucky? No? Little peep? Yeah, so there you go. There you go, just like that. So that little cup down there fills with water by gravity from that tank. And, ooh, that's a lot of sunlight. And that's how they feed, or they get water. So that thing holds that pipe, it's a 3-inch PVC pipe, cap on it. Holds, about 1.5 gallons or so, a little more, 1.25 gallons maybe, somewhere in there. 1.75 gallons rather. So yeah, that's over here. So I've got these pulled over here, just kind of out of the way for now. So they're out of the way while I mow. I'll probably mow twice more this year. I'm thinking it's probably, maybe I got a month of mowing left where it's really necessary, and then I'll do one more mow in like December or whatever. But we have just, the weather is cooling off. It was like 58 this morning. We have a high of like 87. The highest high this week is in the 90s, and the lows we get to the 40s. So it's almost time to start winterizing stuff, actually. So that's cool. So we've had that going on. Like I said, I'm super proud of this place. I think it looks so good when I mow it. And lines from the tractor just being a little bit lopsided on the deck. It's got a tire that goes flat, and, you know, some other issues like that. But I just love the way it looks out here when it's cut. So we really see the lines right there next to the house. So I do have to get that all taken care of. This one is tracking me down right now, but big change. So like I said, I have started a new job. So I went from BD Manufacturing, which is a medical equipment manufacturer here in town. I was working second shift, and I absolutely hated it. The pay was good. The pay was really good. But the pay was good because we worked a scheduled 50-hour week, 55 to 58 every other week. So, you know, you working that many hours, it works out. But I didn't enjoy the shift. It was living on energy drinks. It was not home. I would eat, you know, a handful just on Sundays, usually every other Saturday. I would have a hot dinner. That's kind of a big deal to me, so I eat dinner out of the microwave. I kind of hated it. So I am on day shift now, a place called Rise Armament. It is a AR-15 drop-in trigger manufacturer here in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. They also manufacture a couple of lines of actual full AR-15s, and moving into kind of the production of that whole weapon in-house. So it's a pretty cool job. I'm pretty excited about it. I've been there a week, like I said. I haven't been there a long time yet, but brother-in-law does work out there, Nick, and so I get to hang out, see him every day. That's cool. And then actually Damien, who has been working as a lifeguard and grounds guy and kind of the guy out at Jellystone this summer. Well, that job actually, he's ending on Monday, and is going to be going to work out second shift out at Rise as well. So he'll be working out there in the evenings. I'll be out there during the day, but it'll be a job that lets him get some work done in that house. So he was working part-time out at Jellystone, not making a ton of money, making good money for him, but it wasn't a ton of money. So he will be making more now. He will have a more consistent schedule now, because he was, you know, it was a lifeguard job. He was, oh, today you're working all day, tomorrow you're working just the morning, you know, whatever. So he's had that going on, and he gave us 2 weeks notice and everything. So his last day is Monday out there. And yeah, so he'll be starting out there. So we're super excited for him. We still got to get insulation in his house, get the wall boards up, get his bathroom in before winter. So winter is coming. Our next big project on the house is for us to get, I can't walk that way, is going to be for us to get the wood stove in the house. I'd love to get siding on the house, but it's just financially it's not an option. I'd love to get the plumbing done. Financially it's not an option. Things are just really expensive right now, as you know. I'm not the only one that's feeling it, so we are just kind of doing what we can when we can. And right now we really need to get the wood stove in here because we want to heat the house with wood this winter, not propane like we did last year, which I can. I have a propane heater It's a big boy million BTU or whatever propane heater I could heat this house with easily, because this house holds air super well. I would love to at some point get the floor insulated and get siding on here, and I'd love to do a layer of 1/2 inch insulation before I do the siding, do an air gap, do all that kind of things just for that added bonus, but I don't have to. It's probably not going to. Hopefully beginning of the year we'll be able to get a septic system put in here. I'm really hoping that it can go the tank can kind of go pretty close to where I'm standing right now, and the drain field can kind of run out towards the shop there. I think that'll be the best, because my biggest concern is when I have the drain field put in, I can't really run over it with a tractor. Hoping in the next couple years to be able to get like a 35 horsepower Mahindra tractor, the loader, and you know, all the things that go with that. And I just don't want to be running over the drain field all the time. I can, I understand it's a thing, it's not a big deal, but I would rather not. So we are, that's the plan there. And once that is in, I can actually get all the plumbing running in the house. I'm thinking I might have to run some temporary kind of plumbing, because we've actually secured a washer and dryer from my mother-in-law. So I'm going to be getting that set up in the house somehow or another when we get back up from going down to visit them for Thanksgiving. I'm planning to bring that back, so I want to get something set up so that I can get that running in here, hopefully. And over winter, we're not trying to use buckets and stuff again, having the outside stuff all freeze, because it's just a pain. So that's what we got going on there. So I'm gonna just hit the garden real quick, and that'll be that for today. So right now you can see where I've got this post is still in, then you can see another post way back over there with the right after the one with the white on it. And that's going to be the new size of this garden. So we're stepping into just past where this tree is sitting right now, where that bag is, ironically. And then we're coming back almost 50 feet this way. 5,000 square feet was just too much for us to keep up with. It probably would have been fine had we not had 10 inches of rain, or 14 inches of rain in 10 days. We got all that rain. We went to Texas. When we came back, everything had just come up through, and we had a forest in there, and we were never able to get back out in front of it to get it all knocked back down. So that was a bummer. The garden didn't great. We did pull stuff out. I mean, we did get food out of there, so that's cool. And next spring hopefully we'll do better. But that's what happened there. So it's kind of everything. My job, Damien's job. Deacon did go back to school. I didn't mention that, but he went back to school. He is in Manford High School full-time. Drake is still homeschooling. He quite prefers that still, and we prefer it for him just because of some of the learning issues that he has still. But Deacon's playing football. We had his third game this past Friday. That was another big deciding factor for me, or at least helping the decision, was with me working that swing shift when he started back to school. I would have missed every game. Every single game he had, I would have missed, because I worked every Friday. Even though it was supposed to be a Monday through Thursday, 40 hours, 4/10s kind of job. I found out when I got there that it was actually 5/10s kind of job with every other Saturday. So I would have missed every single game for the entirety of his junior year, or sophomore year. So I didn't like that idea. So we fixed it, and I got the new job. It's working out. Excited to see how that goes for me. And that's it, I think. You know, we don't have really anything big planned right now. Anything big going on. We're just we're on cruise control right now. The house is working really well. The amount of insulation we put in the house is working really well. I do have some things that I did that I regret now, and I wish I had done differently, but that's how this thing goes when you build the whole thing yourself. But yeah, so that's gonna do it. I'll pick this thing up again, and we'll do another one of these when I've got something else to show you. I think we're going to start working on the wife doing some content that she used to do. She was a mom loved by Jesus. I don't know if she's going to stick with that name or do something else. But she wants to do some recipes and some cooking content and some blog stuff. So we'll see how that goes, and we're going to go with that. But anyway, hey, thank you guys for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye.